this is going to be a bonus tip that I can give you to strengthen your application, right? So here, after doing all the previous things that I've said, you have to make sure that you add up your proof of a business ownership, right? I know you already have an idea of that. So that is your registration, your tax ID. Most of the Africans don't like paying tax. It's okay. It's very, very bad. Very, very bad habit. So if you add your tax clearance, your tax ID, it boosts your application. Is that okay? So you make sure that you add that when you are applying for your application. And then maybe pictures of your shop, right? So maybe your company, pictures, some pictures. And if you have an employee, the list of the employee, the number of employees that you have, you can add that to the application, as well as invoices, right? You add that to your application. So business cash flow summary. So so those of you are running a limited company or maybe a partnership or something like that, you have to have a short summary of your cash flow, right? So a monthly profit statement. So what it means here is that personally I have been using a Google Sheet to do that, right? So that is what I normally use when it comes to this statement issue. Right. Okay. Now, family and then property ties. Those are some of the things. But I will solely talk about these home ties in my next video. So you may consider checking that. So we believe that when it comes to the visa application, just three things that you need to know. Three things. Is that okay? Just three things. One is your financial statement, which is exactly what we are doing here. Two, something to prove that you return home. So you see, you have to use a negotiation techniques here. So negotiation techniques here means that you don't necessarily depend on a person. That is all how you have to prove your own ties. You have to show as much as evidence that this is what, or these are some of the reasons why you overstay in their country. Is that okay? And then you can consider checking that video. And then the third one is the purpose of your trip, why you are going, right? That is very important. So three things that we believe when it comes to the short stay or tourist visa or visitor visa application. Now on the second part of the day, so if you are an employee, by the way, if you are still watching this video to this point and then you are gaining some value, don't hesitate to comment down below if you have any issue. And then you may also consider subscribing to the channel if you want to learn more about your travel purpose here. Now, individual and employee, how do you run your bank statement? This is very simple and straightforward. It's okay. You are working under a certain company. So if you are working under a certain company, the company must pay you a salary, right? So most of them has been receiving what? A pay slip, right? So the pay slip must reflect your financial statement. Are you getting it? So your pay slip must reflect your financial statement. That is the key here. Simple like that. Is that okay? Now, on the second note, if you have a side hustle that gives you some money and other stuff, you always have to justify that, right? Other than that, there will be a question mark when it comes to your statement. Is that okay? So, I know, there was one service personnel who was applying for a visitor visa. If you say a service personnel, it means that the person works under the government institution, right? Aside that, he has a side hustle that he has been running. So he added those two things here, right? So you have to add those two things. So aside the money that you are receiving as a salary, there's a side hustle which is being managed by this particular person, or maybe you don't work on these particular days. When you go and